How much money would it take for you to finally feel safe? Really think about it. Would $100,000 be enough? $1 million? 10 million? Now, what if I told you that no matter how much you earn, it might never feel like enough? Because here's the truth. Most people don't know what enough actually looks like. And even when they think they do, the goalpost just keeps moving. They get what they wanted, then want something more and more and more. This is the trap, and that's what we're breaking down today. Welcome to Chapter 3 of The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. When is enough enough? Let's dive in. Act 1, The Goalpost Illusion. Let's start with a true story. Rajat Gupta came from nothing, made it big. Harvard MBA, CEO of McKinsey & Company, sat on the boards of Goldman Sachs, Procter & Gamble. He was worth hundreds of millions, but it wasn't enough. He wanted just a little more. So he committed insider trading, risked everything for a few extra million, and he lost it all. Why? Because the goalpost didn't stop moving. Morgan Housel said it best. The hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. And that's not just about rich people. That's about you and me, too. You ever hit a goal you swore would make you happy? You hit 6 figures. You finally got that job title, or that car, or that apartment. And then you felt empty. And the next voice in your head said, okay, maybe $150,000 will feel right. Maybe a nicer place will feel better. Maybe more, just a little more. It never ends. That's the money mirage. It's always there, but when you reach it, it vanishes and shows up again, just a bit farther away. That's how people with everything still feel poor, because they're using other people's lives to measure their own. Social comparison trap. Let's talk about comparison, because that is what fuels this illusion. You scroll through Instagram. One person bought a Tesla, another just launched a business. Someone else is retiring at 29, and now your 9-to-5 paycheck feels like a punishment. But here's the trick your brain is playing. You're comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel, and it's costing you peace. It's like running a marathon. But instead of looking at the finish line, you're staring at everyone else's shoes. You lose energy, you lose direction, you lose you. Act 2, The Cost of Never Having Enough. Let's look deeper. What does it actually cost to keep chasing more? Well, it costs your time, your peace, your health, your relationships. Let me show you what this looks like in the real world. The entrepreneur who's earning $200,000 a month but hasn't seen his friends in years. The young woman who hit $1 million in revenue and cried herself to sleep because she felt like a fraud. The 30-year-old who's financially set but still feels broke inside. Because they didn't define what enough looked like. They just kept chasing. And the problem? That chase is rewarded. Our culture celebrates more. Work harder, build bigger, hustle 24/7. But nobody asks, at what cost? Even Bernie Madoff, a guy who had wealth influence everything, threw it all away because he couldn't stop. Personal moment. Let me be real with you. There was a time where I thought, if I can just earn X per month, I'll finally relax. And I hit it. But you know what happened? My stress went up, not down. Because now I was scared of losing it, worried about beating it the next month, afraid someone else would do it better. So instead of feeling free, I felt trapped. Ever been there? You thought money would give you peace, but it only gave you pressure? That's why enough has to be defined by you. Not your income, not your followers, not your friends, you. Act 3, Redefining Success. So what's the answer? How do you stop the chase? How do you know when enough is enough? Morgan Housel says, enough is not too little. It's realizing that the ceiling for desire is infinite, but the human capacity for joy is not. Boom. That's it. It's not about settling. It's about knowing what lights you up, knowing what's enough for you. So let me give you 4 mindset shifts to help you redefine success. 1. Define your version of wealth. Ask yourself, what do I actually need to feel free? What lifestyle do I love, not just admire? If you don't define it, the world will define it for you. 2. Remember, real wealth is what you don't see. Big house might be mortgaged, fancy car might be leased, drip lifestyle might be debt. Real wealth is freedom, savings, options, margin. 3. Know when to stop climbing. Every mountain has a peak, and if you keep climbing past it, you fall. The most successful people I know aren't the ones who make the most. They're the ones who knew when to stop. 4th, build for sustainability, not just speed. Fast growth is sexy, but stable growth is peaceful. And peace is the real flex. Let's land this plane. You don't need $1 million to feel rich. You don't need to be set for life to feel alive. You just need to know, what does enough look like for you? Because if you don't figure that out, you'll run for the rest of your life and never arrive. So here's what I want you to do. Pause this video, take 2 minutes, and write down your number, your lifestyle, your version of I'm good. Because when you know what you're aiming for, you stop being a slave to more. And if this hit home, smash that like button. And comment below, my enough is, tell me. And hey, if you're building a success mindset that isn't just about grind, but about clarity, control, and peace, hit subscribe. We've got more coming. This was chapter 3 of The Psychology of Money. And in the next one, we dive into the power of compounding, not just financially, but in habits, decisions, and long-term success. So stay wise, stay grounded, and always leave room for enough.